Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Today's video, something slightly different. Firstly, we'd just like to say thank you to everyone. We have just reached the 1,000 subscribers mark. Could not have done it without your guys' amazing support. We've built such an amazing community. So of course, thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, and of course, subscribing. So in today's video, guys, what we're going to do is a few different things. We will be planting in a new palm. We will also show you the onset morelli roots before that was planted in, so you can see kind of how much root it would have put on in the past couple months before it's gone back into the ground, which has now gone into the ground now. And as well as that, guys, what I'm also going to be doing as we walk around is to overlay some pictures of when we first moved into the garden back in 2021, just so you can see the kind of difference. Now some of these are from the day we moved in, while others are after we've had some of the trees out and things like that, but I'll just go along with that, show you sort of each one, and explain a little bit about that picture as well. Also, as we walk around, guys, I'm going to show you a few new updates. We've got a few new plants that have come out since our last video, so certainly stay tuned to the end to see all of the updates as well. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. So the first area to show you guys is sort of off the front of the house where we normally start our garden tours. I will just overlay the picture now, and as you can see, guys, we had the bush. There was a lot of sort of growth and trees. Definitely looks different to what it looks like now. Just down here, guys, just to show you, this is a new project coming up the channel, so certainly stay tuned for that. I won't tell you too much about that one now, but just as we walk down this way, what I'll also do is just pan out towards the pool area or the pond area, and now just overlay the picture here. Now you can just see, guys, in the very beginning, this is where we had the Intex pool. We also had the large conifers that went up right in the middle here. So what you're looking at, guys, where the water feature is here and where the palm is, you can just see now, if I step back again for another angle of this bed, I'll just stand there. And you can just see, guys, how, the palm really didn't even kind of look like it was there in the picture. It's definitely grown a lot since it's come out from the conifers. Now, unfortunately, guys, when we moved in, all these lovely huge trees were here, and, it was definitely an idea to try and keep them, but we were advised that we had to remove a lot of the ones off the back and some of the big ones due to health and safety concerns, which was a bit of a shame. The conifers that we had were sort of up to about 65, 70 foot, and some of the trees on the back there, again, were in a similar height range. But unfortunately, guys, we had to make that decision and get those removed. Just take a look down this way, guys, and you can just see now when I overlay the picture, you've got the azalea just to the side, and you can see down there, hardly anything there. The rhododendron looks a bit different, so certainly a lot has changed on that part of the garden here. Just looking down, guys, just show you a couple updates. So yes, the azalea has popped lovely. I just love the blooms on these. It almost is hard to pick up on camera because it is so bright, but it almost just looks like a pink sort of fiery bush here. Just underneath, guys, as well, to show you, if I get down a little bit, we've got a lot of the spring bedding out. So of course all the muscari, we've got the Solomon seal in here, which is just starting to come out. Of course, yes, there are some weeds in there, guys. I do apologize. Of course, I've left those for the birds. That's what I'm going for. The bees is what I'm going for, that one. Just into the middle, guys, as well, you can just see here our Waggy Princeps cross. Lovely little leaves on that. Starting to put on a little bit of growth, but again, we're going to see how that grows. Very, very small. That did have protection in the winter here. Again, another one to show you guys. This little fern. It's hard to pick up on the camera at the moment, but it's like a silvery purple. Lovely little fern. I can't remember the exact name, but if I can find it, I will. I'll let you guys know on that one. Just as we step back this way, guys, what I'll also do now is just give you a couple aerial shots. So these are taken from the bedroom window, just of these areas here. So I'll just slowly pan around, and you can see that there now. Right, guys, another one of the new additions. You can just see this is one of the rhododendron purple pillow. It is a dwarf variety of rhododendron, so tiny, tiny little leaves. But I love the contrast on that. Again, lovely little flowers on that as well. Trachycarpus princeps cross hybrid here. Again, lovely new leaves coming out, growing really, really well on that side. Just as we come down here, guys, I'll just show you briefly these ferns. Fantastic knuckles coming out on these. This is a standard Duropterus fern. Really, really starting to pop now. All of them in the garden are really starting to wake up. Next to that, guys, we've actually got, and I'll try and come out of the light here, we've got one of the bracken. Now again, common sort of woodland fern in the UK, and to be fair, most of the world. Very, very hardy, but I love how it comes up. Completely different sort of look to sort of these ferns here, as you can see. So interesting to see, and that will put on some decent height. So again, once that does fully come out, I think it'll make a nice bit of contrast in this area. Another one's come out, guys. Hops. See the hops plant here. Now this one, guys, does trail all the way up on the fence here when it does come out, and lovely hops blooms on that as well. Just down in here, guys, the blue fern hasn't really started doing much yet, but it is a completely shaded area here. You can see still very firm, you know, on the plant, so it should be absolutely fine. Again, that was our experiment this year, guys, to see how you know, that would fare in the ground. So still waiting for the last update, guys. Once that starts putting out a few fronds, again, I'm going to put an update out for you on that one. Right, so just coming down here, guys, moving on to the mini golf course side. The pond irises are starting to come up. Camellia is sort of coming to the end of its sort of show here. The only sort of downfall, I would say, guys, with growing large flowering trees is you can see all of the mess sort of left under here, which will need to be cleaned at some point. But again, I guess that's the kind of trade-off you get for having a large flowering tree. So, you know, in my eyes, guys, it's worth the kind of cleanup at the end. What I'm going to do, just step back here, guys, and we'll take you another angle of what it looked like when it moved in. And we'll just stand there. So you can just see here, guys, the conifers in the middle would be all right over here where the putting green is. And you can also see just how much of a difference, you know, it looks like now, basically. Just coming onto this bed here, guys, just to say, Sabaria, fantastic. I love the foliage on this. You know, really kind of nice, almost jungle looking plant, I'd say. Next to that, guys, wisteria, not really done much yet. You'll see the ones in the garden centers probably have been sort of greenhouse grown. I mean, we do have, you know, the buds coming out, so this should start to put out some leaves soon. But I think it's just because, again, it's in this sort of shaded spot. Doesn't really actually get much sun down there. Another one of the transfer Duropterus. Again, lovely show on that, comes out, you know, perfect little fiddles that pop up. Always cool to see them come up. As we come around this way, guys, Tetrapanics, again, leaf are certainly sizing up now. You know, these will get a lot bigger, but for the meantime, guys, you know, it is starting to wake up, which is always nice to see. Just as we come down this way, guys, now we've done a little bit more work in this bed. We're kind of really going towards more of a Mediterranean arid bed down here. You can also see the bubbling stone water feature that we've added. There is a video on that build if you are interested in seeing how to build something like that yourself, and we've got some suggestions on what sort of pumps you can use as well as an unboxing and review. We also have another unboxing review coming out very, very soon, so keep your eyes open for that. This one is a much more powerful one, so definitely worth checking that out when it comes out. As we come down here, guys, now hopefully getting into the shade might get a better picture. You can see we've added some of the cacti around here. Now these were very inexpensive. These ones here were £4. You can see not huge, but again, something that has added a nice little kind of look back here. Now, guys, most of the cacti I've got in here are only hardy down to about 3 degrees C. So with that said, guys, you know, these will probably be coming out and sort of go in the kitchen or in the house over winter, but I'm going to plant some of the hardier Opuntia. And again, if you guys know any sort of other cacti that are worth trying outside or that you may have grown yourself outside, I'd love to kind of hear that. I'd love to kind of get some ones in this bed here. Now, of course, guys, this will have overhead cover throughout the winter, so we'll keep it as dry as possible. You can also see, guys, we've got a little echivarium in here. Again, just like the kind of contrast in sort of leaf style. Next to that, guys, we've got our Aeonium Schwarzkopf. Lovely little plant on that. I love the colors, size of the rosettes. Really a stunner. Really stands out in the garden. Looking back up, guys, you've got your Butia. And again, sort of the light, probably not the best. I'll see if I can come around this way. I'll show it a little better. Lovely plant on that side. You know, probably will give it some protection in the winter if it does get really, really cold. But again, for now, guys, just hoping it's really going to grow out and push out this year. Just to here, you can see this is the Ramos volcano that we recently added. Really cool plants on that side. I love how stiff the leaves are, and you can see underneath some really almost white kind of showing. And just in the inside, if you can just see, well, the light's not great. I don't know how I can get in there and try. If you can just see, if I get in here, you see the flower cone here, so it certainly must be a fairly old plant on that side. Now, with that said, guys, I am just going to jump to showing you planting in a new palm. Now, Stephen, if you're watching, I know we had discussed a couple of these on a previous video, so you maybe have some idea what we're got here. So let me just show you that now. Here's the palm going in today. This is one of the Ramos volcanoes. This is a bit of a smaller one compared to the other one we have here. But with that said, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you the roots on this. Now this is one of the ones that was a little bit wobbly here. Again, we're going to kind of see here, I do believe, I can see roots coming out the bottom. You can just see at the bottom of the pot there where it split the pot, so it'll be interesting to kind of see what that all looks like inside. The compost is very, very loose on top, and it's very dry as well. But what I'm thinking, guys, is to pop this one here in the proposed sort of new bed going underneath the bamboo. The idea on this is, well, as you can see here, guys, we're finally getting a little bit of rain today, which is fantastic for the garden. But with that said, it's very dry under this bit. You can just see here, hasn't received any rain. And what I'm kind of hoping with this, guys, is sort of dual purpose. In the winter, the bamboo should hopefully provide some overhead protection for the palm, but also keep a lot of that winter moisture off as well. It means that I will need to be out sort of remembering to water this one with it being in a dry spot, but I'd prefer to kind of remember to water as opposed to, again, be kind of very concerned in having to build a shelter over it to keep off the snow and any sort of rain in the winter. So that's the kind of proposed idea. Let me get the plant out of the pot and we'll take a look at the root system. So you can see here, it does actually have a fairly good, pot-bound almost root system, but you can see it's very, very loose. I think this may have perhaps fallen over, had a shipment of these fall over, and they've tried to just kind of pack them back into the pots. That would be maybe one thought here. Obviously, any of the thoughts you guys have, leave down in the comments below. But what I'm going to do is probably get rid of a lot of this compost that's around it, or some of it here, and use some sort of better soil around it there as well when we do dig it in. Also going to dig in some drainage into here as well, guys. This is going to be lifted by about 2 to 3 inches, so I don't actually need to dig too deep into the dirt, as we're going to kind of fill around it here with some of the extra compost we've got for the meantime. Let me just show you getting that one dug in. Alright, so you can just see here now, we've got that in, firmed in a lot of extra dirt, really chopped up the soil underneath to give it some good drainage with some added sand and grit. I'm going to be adding a little bit of the kind of gravels on top as well, just to make sure that, we don't wash away the compost when we're watering it. Again, lots of work to do in this back area. Used a couple of the stones for now, for here, until we get some more in to build this bed a little bit bigger. See, these are quite slow growing varieties, so again, it shouldn't sort of, go towering up to the sky or anything like that. But also, guys, as I've mentioned before, I think the bamboo is going to do it a lot of good. Thinking of a couple other palms for here. Again, guys, knowing that we've got some overhead protection sort of year round as well, and can keep this quite dry. Be interesting to know your thoughts, guys, on what will go here. Something unique, again, something interesting. We've got quite a variety of palms in the garden already, but of course there's loads that I don't grow yet, so even something like a brahia would be beautiful there, but the size could be an issue, so perhaps like the small or dwarf varieties. So any suggestions you've got, guys, around the dwarf varieties of palms, put them in the comments below. Love to get a good understanding of what else we can put there as well, guys. So as you can see from this position, guys, that little palm has just gone in right there. Hopefully it'll be nice to kind of frame that area and the walk down to the jungle path. Now also, guys, I will just jump to a very brief clip of getting the onset in and show you what the roots look like. It was in a very, very small pot. So just to show you, putting the onset morelli in, we've got a nice set of roots that have, new roots that have formed on the bottom here. Quite happy to see that it is rooting you know, and has rooted well. This is part of the reason why I left it in the compost for so long. That's just going to go straight into its place in the ground now. And see here, guys, you may be wondering what the kind of piping is going around the garden. That is a soaker pipe that runs from the top of the house all the way down to the back of the jungle bar there. So once again, in summer, guys, you know, I can just leave that running for a few hours just to make sure these beds don't fully dry out. Musabastu. Lovely new leaves coming out. Unfortunately, it's gotten really beat up by the recent winds. You can see now, guys, I mean, that's a 6-foot fence. It is well over sort of probably 8, 9, 10 foot now already. I think this is going to get absolutely enormous this year. Just panning into here, guys, the Persicaria Purple Fantasy. And I love this kind of ground cover. May do some sort of video on propagation. It is extremely easy to move these around the garden. Probably wouldn't even need a full video. Essentially, guys, you just can chop it off, cut it down to 1 leaf, pop that in the ground, and just keep it watered. That should grow from there. Coming down here, guys, and we'll just take another little look. I think that looks quite nice in there. I did trim off a couple of the very lower leaves. Again, I think this one I'm going to keep as a single trunk, or try to, while the other one I'm going to let kind of bush out as the variety generally does. You've got your yucca puck in here, guys. You can see it's taken a little bit of wind damage, sort of bent over a little bit, but with that said, great little plant there. And certainly, guys, I'm going to be going around sort of watering again today, and sort of out almost every day now, watering on the backside here. Now I'll just pan around this way, guys, so I can show you another view of the garden looking down, and you can just see here, guys, none of this was there now, so we've added certainly a lot onto the back there. So as we spin around this way, you can just see the green bamboo really put up a lovely show. And again, lots of new combs coming up on that. I'm excited to see what kind of size we'll get this year. I'll just show you a couple of the bigger ones that have started. You can just see in here. I'll just show you. Come in. You know, that's pretty decent size already, so I'm expecting some large ones this year. It will be interesting to see how that all pops. Again, all of the growth you've seen on the bamboo, guys, is just last year's growth. Just looking down here, guys, show you another sort of picture. So that's what the bed looked like before. Now this picture was taken sort of after we had all the back removed. Again, the previous one I've just showed you as well, same thing. All the trees were removed at that point there, and we started to kind of level off the garden. Just looking at the path, guys, again, this tree fern hasn't really started to put out anything yet, but I do think it's in a more shaded position, so it hasn't kind of maybe got the warmth that some of the other ones have. Again, guys, apologize on the light. I don't think it's doing any justice today. Just looking this way, guys, the Weoley palm always looks great. You know, I think it's one of the nice structural ones, something slightly different. Again, onset just starting to put out a leaf here. This was dry stored, so it'll be interesting to see that when it colors up. And just looking this way briefly, guys, you can just see lots of the ferns coming out, and you may have seen these from a previous video here. Really nice to see, guys, and it'd be cool when this all sort of pops out on that side. Just as we come down this way, guys, down to the jungle bar. Washingtonia robusta, I did cut off one of the leaves. It was completely brown. This one probably will go at some point. Center spear does look a bit unhappy, but again, guys, this was not protected at all during the winter, so I guess for a -6 that's done pretty well. New spear looks absolutely fine. So for now, guys, it seems to have made it at least through this first winter. So again, these are not really hardy in my area, so it's kind of luck of the draw, and just see how big we can get it before it keels over on that side. Just panning down here, guys, and again, I'll just step back this way so you can just see, and sorry about all the mess back here. It's just got to get rid of all the greenhouse glass and things. So here, guys, you can just see when we started to lay the slabs in the back there. And again, a lot of work gone into that, and of course none of this was here, none of the pond or anything else was here. This is where that pool was that you saw, was actually right in the same spot there. And again, looking back out over, guys, if I pan sort of this way, I'm just trying to think to get the angle right, about there, and you can see now the washing line just in the center of the bamboo. And of course, guys, looking back, it looks completely different. The conifers really changed the garden on that side. Little water feature, doing great. You know, I kind of look at this one. Again, I'm going to probably adjust and plant a lot of stuff around it. The small Dixonia next to it here, guys. Still putting out lots of leaf. It did, I think, suffer a tiny bit of damage from one of the nights that it got really low. You can see just a tiny bit of black on there. But other than that, guys, it seems to have done absolutely fine. New fronds coming up, absolutely fine as well. No blackening on those as well. Just coming back this way, guys. Just stand over this. What I'll do is, just back in this area here, I will show you briefly when we added a sort of rabbit hutch and pen back there. Kind of a fun little project. Kids used to be able to get in and play on that as well. With that said, guys, though, yeah, really just a brief video. Of course, you know, thank you guys for all the comments, likes, and shares. One little last one just to show you at the end here, guys. And I do wonder if this is the smallest trunk on a Chamaerops that's flowering. You can see the bigger one here, guys. Lots of new flower ones coming out. But this little one down here, you can just see, actually has a little one. That's probably a 8-inch trunk, maybe. So you wonder how long that's been flowering for. I know that has flowered at least since we've been here every year. So just interesting to see on that side, guys. And yeah, once again, something slightly different here. But with that said, yeah, of course, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Of course, if you're not subscribed yet, certainly feel free to join our amazing community. Always love to respond and see all your comments, guys. And, you know, certainly anything you put down there suggestion-wise, always happy to take a look at and have a conversation with you. But, of course, check out the friends of the channel. It'd be great to show them their support, get them over 1,000 as well if they're not there already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.